National Donut Day. Hands up in the chat if you have eaten donuts today or have donuts you will eat while we make donuts. Are apple fritters considered donuts?
Did you have donuts today?
I didn't. I had donuts yesterday. One of the guys brought in donuts yesterday. Do you want to know what kind I had?
The round one.
Good job, Dan.
Well, I like the stick donuts, so.
Oh, you do. I do not. I had a crumb donut because that was the best option of what they brought. The guy that used to always...
Aren't donuts like pizza, though?
Yes, absolutely. Unless they're 10 p.m. donuts. The guy that knew what kind I liked and would always go get me jelly donuts no longer works there. So nobody knows how obsessed I am with jelly donuts who goes and gets donuts. So they just get like one of all the boring ones.
You should be like that movie Elf. You should be like, hi, I'm Crystal. I like donuts.
I like jelly donuts, but not blueberry jelly donuts.
Or babies.
Or babies. Please don't hand me your child, because I will put it on the ground. No, thank you. I don't want your child. How is everybody doing today? Cyberhusky had a Timbit this morning. That absolutely does count, friend. Sam meant to get donuts, but they had none at the grocery store. That's because it was National Donut Day and everybody else knew and got there before you. Several places were giving out free donuts. I believe Krispy Kreme was doing buy one, get one for $1 dozens. Yes, I will. Well, I won't eat your child. I will not throw your child, but I will definitely no thank you. I do not want to hold your child. One time I was at a party and there was a baby and all the girls were like, oh my god, it's a baby, like how girls do. And then the one girl was holding the baby and sniffing its feet and going, don't you just want to smell its little feet?
Your biological clock wasn't ticking?
My biological clock's batteries died like before I was born.
Took the battery out?
Yeah, no, I did not come with batteries. I do not have a biological clock. Do not want to sniff a baby's feet.
You're telling me that you have not had a donut yet on National Donut Day?
No.
All right.
I had one yesterday in preparation, and now I am making
preparation
apple fritters. Yes. Some of you have never had an apple fritter. Let me know. Yes, Mel Shane, you are my people. Had a few donuts today. That's what I'm talking about. Why stop at one? Eat all the donuts. Dr. Detroit, member for 13 months. Thank you so much. Once again, though, apparently YouTube is showing you a different amount than it's showing us, because he says 1 year anniversary. It actually shows me 13 months. A full year of shenanigans, and Dan and Mooch getting yeeted goes by fast, doesn't it? Also, oven. We don't need the oven tonight.
It does, huh? It does. Well, thank you for being a member for 13 months. That's a year and a month. They count them like babies. My baby's 24 months old. It's like, yes. Could you reduce fractions, please? Please,
right?
Could you reduce fractions?
Please reduce it. Hannah, your day is not going as well as it could be if you have not had a donut yet. Thank you for the reminder, Dr. Detroit, but these actually go in the air fryer, so we will heat that up when we are ready, because it only takes a couple minutes, when we're ready to put them in there.
Right.
I did look at a million apple fritter recipes. We've talked about apple fritters. We've talked about possible ways to make apple fritters.
Do they all look like scabs?
Yeah, that picture is not, it doesn't
Once
look
I blew it
that
up
good
bigger and bigger, it didn't translate well. It's not like one of those Macy Thanksgiving Day floats where it's like, yeah, that's little Bart Simpson, and now that's 30-story Bart Simpson. It went from, there's an apple fritter, and the bigger it got, the more it looked like one of Puck's scabs from his scab book.
Yeah, that was pretty gross. But I hope that they look more appetizing than that. We will see.
Like, I did a poll.
The 4% of you who do not like apple fritters...
GFY.
What?
Please explain yourself.
What? Why?
You know what? Maybe
do you have an allergy?
Maybe they're young, because I never had an apple fritter until, like, I had gray hair. Or until I met you. Otherwise, that's for, like...
My mom told me she's not sure if she's ever had one.
Yeah, that's for, like, my dad would eat an apple fritter. And I'm like, give me jellies.
It's, like, amazing, pillowy, doughy apple pie. If they're done well, they come to you warm. Little bit crispy on the outside. Like, there's the glaze on it, and it's a little bit crispy, so you bite into it, and you get a little bit of a crisp. And then it's just doughy and warm, and oh, it's amazing. Amazing. So if you haven't tried one, try one. Make these. There are recipes on the internet where you can make them out of a roll of Pillsbury, I think they're the Grand's biscuits. Come on, guys, you're missing out. Make yourself some fritters. Chris, with his member for 24 months. That's 2 years if you're not counting in toddler time. Thank you so much with his member super chat. Hey, Crystal, before the show gets going, this is super important. I've been trying to reach you about your vehicle's extended warranty. No joke, I got one in the mail the other day.
It was great.
In the mail, had no information about my actual car, make, model, year, nothing.
It looked like 40 photocopies.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Had been done to it.
It was bad.
The font was blown out. My outgoing message on my phone's like, Hey, this is Dan. I can't get to the phone right now because I'm on the other line I'm on the other line renewing my vehicle's extended warranty. But nobody ever calls me for that stuff.
No.
No, just no.
I've heard it like twice when you ignore me. Let's see here. Cherry fritters are amazing. Wilton, I've never had a cherry fritter. I would be down to try one.
Me too.
I guess like apple's just the fruit that's in it, so you can make any kind of fritter, right? That makes sense.
Right.
Lefty Loves Husky says put chocolate icing on top with sprinkles. I can't argue with that. I don't know if it'd be good on an apple fritter, but I'd try it. Hannah loves a good fritter. That's why I love you, friend. Let's see. Nancy says, no donuts for me. My diabetes is out of whack and I'm trying to be good. Love apple fritters. I can't argue with that. I really can't. Dr. Troy didn't have an apple fritter until he was 14. Loved them. My favorite is the glazed old-fashioned ones, but apple fritters are too addictive. Oh, they're so good. And the problem is they're bigger than you should eat in a sitting. Like, a good apple fritter is like...
Why do they need to make it
like
that
this
big? Is that by choice?
Maybe so you can share with a friend, so you can let a friend know how good apple fritters are. I do not share with friends. I eat the whole damn thing myself, and I really shouldn't. It's too much. It's like eating 2 donuts at once. I don't care. They're so good. So good. Oh my god. Angela bought a donut. I'm with you, friend. Donut or donut? I don't know how it's spelled. I don't care. On the way home, can't wait to enjoy it while watching my favorite cat lady making apple fritters. God, I hope these turn out good. I'm gonna be disappointed if it's National Donut Day and I make donuts and they're not even good. I might stay up late tonight and make like cake donuts if they don't turn out well. Sam says, OMG, you're making me hungry. If your fritters turn out, I'll get the ingredients tomorrow to make them. Good deal. Sounds good to me. What else is going on? Ooh, Hannah might get an air fryer when they have counter space. I'm excited.
Yeah, you should throw away something to make room for an air fryer.
I don't know what it would replace. I guess a toaster oven if you have one of those. We'll just stand in front of that.
Yeah. Terry's here.
Hey, what's up, Terry? Getting ready for the club, just spying. Friend, we are making apple fritters. Okay, I think this is a pretty quick recipe, but let's give this a shot. So this recipe only makes like 4 to 5 apple fritters.
That's all we... Look, I got on a scale today and it told me no fritters.
It told you get down.
It told me no
Stop
fritters.
It. Ooh, Sarah's been playing Mario Kart while waiting for this
Practice
start.
up, Sarah.
Wilton says the air fryer replaces a deep fryer. I feel like most people don't have a deep fryer. We had one growing up. We had a little Fry Daddy.
We did too.
We rarely used it. It was kind of gross.
You know what it did? It took so long back, like this we're talking like mid-90s.
Yes.
It would take so long for it to warm up, cook the French fries, and then you'd eat them, and they still weren't right, and then you had all this oil that I didn't know what to do with. I just started pouring it.
And it never got cleaned well enough.
I just started pouring it down the sidewalk.
And this is why your neighbors hated you.
It smelled great in the summertime. It smelled like McDonald's.
I bet. Uncle Yukon says maple bars are the best. You're showing your age.
To me, and I like maple bars as well.
To me, that's an old man donut.
Right.
But that's what my old man boss loves. So every time donuts are procured at work, I go and get mine, and then there's always maple bar. So I always go get the maple bar, and I go put it on his desk. And there was one yesterday, and he comes in, he's like, what's this on my desk? And he's all excited. And then he told me he didn't feel very well after he ate it.
I like maple bars, but then, again, there's this hair that keeps growing out of the side of my ear. Not like the inside, but like on the outside, like so I don't bump into anything. So I
like
think
whiskers?
So I think that qualifies. Wilton says I grew up with a Fry Daddy as well, so that's an actual...
That's a brand.
A name. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. Yeah, you didn't know that? You didn't have a Fry Daddy, apparently.
Well, mine was black, so I'm going to Google mine and see what mine... Let's see if it was a Fry Daddy.
See if that's what it was?
Yeah, let's see if it was a Fry Daddy or not.
So, this recipe actually says just to mix the stuff in a bowl. So, I'm going to try it that way, much like the nougat of last week, 2 weeks ago.
Whoa!
If it's too hard to mix by hand, I'll throw it in the mixer. But we're going to try it like this. This recipe actually wants self-rising flour, which I did not have, so Dan had to go to the store and then call me going, what is that? Is that cake flour? I don't know what that is.
It was like right there, and I looked everywhere for it.
Everywhere but where it was?
Well, here's the thing.
And then I had to do the thing you do when you send Dan to the store for a new item and just send him a picture.
You have to send me a picture because here's the thing. These packages do the thing that shampoo does, and shampoo's the worst at this. If I go grab any shampoo bottle, it gives 40 different adjectives, and then the smallest little font underneath, it says shampoo or conditioner. And it's like,
so I'm not sure which one you're getting.
I don't care about what botanical garden that they grew this Cabbage Patch bottle of hair soap from. I just want to know if it's shampoo or if it's conditioner. You know?
My life's goal is to get everybody to call it hair soap.
Why is
because
it so small?
shampoo is an awful... Why would you want to wash your hair with poo? Hair soap. Guys, stop calling it shampoo. Call it hair soap.
Better than ShamWow.
Well...
You'll love these nuts.
It's true. It's true. Okay, so... big giant gold medal flower label right down here, self-rising. It is the red bag if you get gold medal brand. So in case you guys go to the store to find this,
It's a red bag.
Self-rising red bag. It's hard to scoop out of here, but I didn't want to put it in my flower tub because
You can
it's
do
a
it!
different one. I'm gonna make a mess. It's bound to happen.
Is there a difference between all-purpose flour and self-rising flour?
There absolutely is.
Yes. Did we discuss that already, or no? You haven't
Like here and now, did we
No,
discuss
like
it?
when I think I asked you. Like,
You and I discussed it because you were asking me if it was cake flour or if we could get cake flour, which I actually still have from a previous recipe. Let me actually look that up so I can get the wording exactly right for you guys. What's it called?
self-rising flour?
Self-rising.
But there was like also bread flour was there next to it too, and then that was it. There was no other like that. So there was a few different flours.
Yes. Okay, so self-raising, rising?
Was it
That
raising
says
salt?
rising, this says raising.
Right.
Flour has a raising agent and sometimes salt already added to it. Plain flour requires you to add your raising agents to make your bakes rise. So if you guys Google self-rising flour, you will get right here at the top, there are 4 recipes to make your own.
Okay, so I can mix my
So-
own little packet of yeasty
You
stuff.
absolutely could, and we could have done that. But let's see. It is a cup of flour, 1.5 teaspoons of baking powder, and a 1/4 teaspoon of salt.
Oh, okay.
So you just add that stuff to it. That's already mixed into here.
Jason with important information.
What's he got?
Your mom is a cake flour. So,
Oh, Jason, never change.
right.
Can't wait to see him. Like 1 month. 1 month and 3 days. Jason, the day I fly out there, Big Brother starts. So heads up, we're watching Big Brother. Katie is here. Hello, Katie,
Hi.
and congratulations
Yes.
on your graduation. Everybody, if you haven't already on the
Congratulations,
RFS fam post that she made, wish her congratulations. She has graduated high school. She's been with us since middle school, since she was a little kid. Like, hey guys, I love your stuff.
She was too young to be on the internet.
Probably, but she's an awesome person and she's grown into an awesome woman, and I'm glad you're still around and watching her stuff. So, yay, congratulations to you.
Congratulations. Where's my card? You said, where's my graduation card?
Where's your graduation
Yeah, if
card?
anybody wants to send graduation cards, I'll
I think
provide.
her Christmas card had her graduation photos on it, remember?
Right.
I think that's what I think it was.
Everybody should send photos to the P.O. box and let's cover our fridge with them.
Oh my God, you know I hate things on the fridge.
I just cleaned it off, so I'm ready for like some new things.
Chris says 1 month and 3 days to see Jason, so 1 month and 4 days to see Roger. 5 days. I go to see Jason on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I get to see Roger. And also, I was looking at tickets for the House of Blues show, because there's 2 shows out here in LA. The House of Blues show is cheaper, so I think we might go to House of Blues.
All right.
And that way I can go see them twice in 1 year. All right, guys, so we got our cup of self-rising flour. We're going to do a cup of plain Greek yogurt.
Unflavored for me.
It's going to
So I say everybody sends photos, and in the photos they're raising their fingers like don't open the fridge. And then I'll put it on the...
Oh, to encourage you to not eat? Is that what's going on?
Right. Like
Can you finish that?
That would help.
Jason says, where'd it go? I'll try to make sure Crystal gets to talk to Roger in person again. Yeah, Jason's a good wingman. He just goes right on up there and grabs him. You just put things away all willy-nilly.
Yeah, but then you lock up.
I do. I fangirl a little bit.
You lock up. I'm like, come on, let's go talk to Roger. He's just standing there at the booth, at the like merch booth thing, and then
He was talking to somebody that time.
Everybody's standing there talking to somebody until it's your turn to talk to somebody. Like they're just hanging out.
But I hate that awkward waiting. It's the worst.
You're just standing
Don't
there.
you know? Tom Petty said the waiting's the hardest.
Yeah,
part.
but you pay his bills. So then you just like bricked. Like you just stood there, and then I'm like, all right, well, I guess it's time to go.
Because there's a million things I want to say, and then when I stand there and talk to him, I'm just like, I like your stuff. Like, I don't know what to say. I don't know. He did post a picture from inside his house the other day, And the Garbage Pail Kid figurines I gave him were lined up on the windowsill.
Oh, that's right. You were
I
so
was kind of
stoked on that.
excited.
That's right.
Stuff that used to be in my house is now in his house, you guys.
We talked about you should have put a mini cam in, a nanny cam inside it.
You talked about that.
I did talk about that.
Hey, Mooch wants yogurt.
Sorry, dude. You can maybe have a lick at the end.
You can lick the spoon. Ooh, Just Tea with the facts. There is a difference between donuts and donuts. Ugh. So what's the difference?
Ugh or dough.
I need to know the difference. Hannah says, so you're slowly moving into Rogers? I didn't say that I'm not.
Isn't that how those girls do it? They leave their stuff there?
Mm-hmm. I'm bringing an extra toothbrush to Chicago. I'll slide it in his pocket. Okay, before I add this, I want to add the rest of my dry ingredients. Sorry, Mooch, you have to wait.
He
We want...
wants to know if you could get a finger... Can I get a finger touch on something?
No, because then he's going to go really nuts. He has to wait. Okay, so we're doing a tablespoon of cinnamon and 2 tablespoons of sugar. Jason says that I'll be wearing his hoodie in no time. Maybe. It says the 2 tablespoons of sugar is optional, but when do I ever opt out of sugar? You guys have seen the show. Never. That's the answer. Never, never. Hey, Roger, is that a toothbrush in your pocket? Are you happy to see Crystal? Hey, he did tell me last time I talked to him that he remembered me, so I'm making an impression, guys.
Slowly but surely?
Yep. I just have to keep chasing him around the country a little longer. Eventually he'll be bored with Rebound Girl, right?
No, didn't you say Rebound Girl was like half his age?
Yes. Yeah, that can't be serious. Come on. You know, when I met him last time and I gave him the bag of all the Garbage Pail Kids stuff, a little part of me wanted to slide a channel card in there, and then I'm like, oh my god, I talk so much about him, there's no way he could ever watch this. I would be so embarrassed. Talk way too much about him.
I mean, he has a Twitch channel. He'd be more inclined if you gave him your Twitch channel.
Right.
We can multi-stream on Twitch. Look, he plays a lot of Fortnite. If you just learn how to play Fortnite, or learn the dances.
He's really bad at Fortnite,
or learn the dances.
Here's what I'll do. I'll learn how to play Fortnite, and then you can watch him on a second screen, and then I'll just whoop him because he's camping.
No. You play on the same team. You'll never go against him because it's so many hundreds of people at random.
Oh.
You can only be on the same team.
Oh, well, that's no fun.
Like, the chances of you seeing him as an enemy, like, is like, not like, you know, everybody that plays the game to 1.
Alright, let's get this mixed up.
He's so stoked. Oh, Mooch.
Okay, this is working. So to this, we're going to add our chopped apple, but I'm not going to chop it until this is done and mixed, because I don't want it to turn all brown and gross.
Can we get some Mooch emojis in the chat if you have that if you have that capability? Let's see some Mooch love as he cleans this spoon.
Hannah says, I have a quote for you. Here's to you and here's to me, and if we ever disagree, F you and here's to me. I think that's one of Terry's favorites. So this is coming out to be a little bit dry, but I think the moisture from the apples will help. Yeah, Hannah, I'm pretty sure I've heard Terry say that. Terry, please confirm or deny, but I'm pretty sure I've heard you say that when we, like, have a drink.
Oh, Terry's the club.
No, she's here. Living your best Greek yogurt life? You like that?
Yeah, he did. What are the chances of him being satisfied?
Oh, 0. Absolutely 0.
Oh, that was it, bro.
Terry says, it is. I knew I heard it somewhere. Okay, it says it. Mix it together in a medium bowl. Knead the mixture in the bowl about 3 to 4 times. Well, we're still kind of dry here, so I don't really know how I'm supposed to knead anything yet. Hey, Dan. A sheep, 2 donuts, and a snake walked into a bar.
Right.
But don't... Ba, Dunk, dunk.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Oh, that's a good one. Thank you.
Thank you for the super chat, and thank you for the laugh. Appreciate you, Just T. I still have a little bit of flour down in the bottom here, so I'm just trying to get that mixed in.
I have another camera here, but it's pretty much being blocked by the air fryer.
Sorry.
So, it's kind of like biscuits, is what it says.
Sort of, yes. Yes, and like I said, there are recipes online where you can make this very easily with just a package of biscuits, like a pre-made roll that when you pop it open, it pops and scares everybody.
No, it was the back of the head. It was the back of the head girl. Remember that sat in her car on Reddit?
Yes.
Because what happened? The dough popped open.
Yes.
And the dough popped open and shot a chunk of the dough on the back of her head, and she thought she got shot in the back of the head, so she didn't move and just called 911. Right? It held the spot.
She thought it was her brains.
Yeah.
Helen with her member for 25 months.
Helen.
Super chat. Thank you so
Thank you,
much.
Helen.
It says, "Hey, Crystal and Dan, hope you're doing well." Emoji, emoji, emoji.
Oh, thank you
Hi,
so
everybody
much.
in the chat. Hope you are all doing great as well. Can you?
Thank you. I'm full of cat hair now. I have to
Ew.
get the lint off.
Can you get me the apple slicer?
Oh yeah, watch out for my big one.
I forgot to get that. That's for eggs, Dan. That's a rolling pin. No. There you go.
Yes.
It's his first day, guys.
Quickest find yet. Whoa.
I'm already done.
I have to go lint off, so are you gonna smash more apples or not yet?
No, I think I'm just doing the one. It said 1 to 2 apples, depending on how big they are. This one's a pretty good size, so I think 1 might be okay, but we will see how appley it becomes once I put this in there. I'm gonna chop them pretty small. I don't want like big old apple slices in it, so I'm gonna go pretty small. And I'm sure I've talked about it. I have been on a huge apple kick lately. I had leftover pie crust from the Kentucky Derby pie. The pie crust package comes with 2 pie crusts in it, so I had one in there, and I'm like, oh man, I gotta do something with this before it goes bad. So I started digging through the cupboards, and I was all out of apples at the time, but I had a can of apple pie filling, so I made these little apple hand pies. Oh my god, they were so good. So good. And then I had extra apple pie filling left over.
There's
so
still
then,
one in there. You can show them.
oh yeah, you want to grab it out? I had extra apple pie filling, so I made apple cinnamon pancakes with apple pie filling scooped on top. And then, oh my gosh, have you guys tried whipped syrup? Can you grab my whipped syrup? So I bought this at Aldi on a whim because, the Aldi group said it was good. So I'm like, I'll try it. It was not cheap. For the size and quantity, it was not the best value. But people were saying it was really good. And you guys, they were not wrong. I need to look into whether you can just whip your own syrup.
What was I looking for?
Whipped syrup and the apple hand pies. So on top of my apple cinnamon pancakes, I put the apple pie filling, and then I put the whipped syrup, and then I had some of that. Remember when we made the clotted cream, and it didn't work with like the real stuff, and we made the mock clotted cream that was like cream cheese and heavy cream and probably some sort of sugar, because of course. That stuff's amazing, and I make that regularly, and I put that on top of my pancakes as well. You guys, this was like restaurant quality. It was amazing. I never want to just put syrup on my pancakes ever again. Oh, they're a little sad because they've been in there for a week, but those are my little hand pies that I made. They turned out really well. I may or may not have eaten like 3 of them fresh out of the oven.
Yeah, me too.
In case you were wondering why our scale says, ouch, get off.
And you made muffins.
And when I did, Dan requested lemon blueberry muffins. So just because I didn't have a baking show last week doesn't mean I didn't bake. I made a ton of stuff.
I do still have a few of those left. They're very, very, very
We made those on the show early on, I think. So if you guys are interested in lemon blueberry muffins and have not seen that episode, go check that out. All the recipes, if you guys don't know all the recipes we make on the show, you can find on the Getting Baked with Crystal Pinterest page.
I'll put a link.
I'm going to try to remember to start linking the actual recipe in the post because so many people, I don't know if like some of y'all don't use Pinterest or don't realize that that's where they're at, but you can go follow Getting Baked with Crystal on Pinterest and then go to the board that says recipes I've made on the show and see all the recipes I've made on the show. But I get lots of comments asking for the recipe or specific like cook times and stuff like that after I post the recipe card. So I can't do it on Instagram because you can't post links there, but there is a link in the bio to the Pinterest page. And on Facebook, I'm going to try to remember to post the link to the actual recipe on there. That way you guys can go check that out as soon as the recipe card comes out. Never heard of whipped syrup. Give me just a minute. I will show you guys. Okay, so it looks like it's actually called maple butter. And it says spreadable, slow churned maple syrup. So I don't know exactly what it is they do to this stuff. But, oh my god, you guys, this is amazing. It's like fluffed syrup.
It's like syrup.
I don't know how to describe it, but there's no butter in it.
It was really good.
It's just 100% pure organic Vermont maple syrup. That's all that's in it. And they just slow churn it apparently. So maybe I can't make that. No wonder it's expensive. It's organic. It was the first and only time I've ever seen it, so I can look into like cheaper options and see if non-organic companies make it. But you guys, if you ever see maple butter or slow churned maple syrup, get on that. It's amazing. Helen says, love your shirt. Thank you. Fun fact, when I got this shirt, I pre-ordered it with an album, and then by the time it finally showed up, Los Angeles is Burning is a Bad Religion quote. Bad Religion's a band, if you don't know. Los Angeles was actually burning. Like, there was lots and lots of fires out here, and I didn't feel like I could wear the shirt, so I'm a little careful about when to wear the shirt. But if you guys don't know Bad Religion, they're a pretty good band. You should go check that out. Every time I sound out the word Pinterest, I get stuck on pint and decide to pour myself one. Well, pour yourself one and then go find some recipes, Chris. Come on. You know how it's done. Oh my gosh. PJ with the super chat. Crystal, where in Vermont does it say? Certified organic by Vermont Organic Farmers. That's all it says. Sorry. It's distributed and sold exclusively by Aldi in Batavia, Illinois. Fun fact, that's where Jason got married. But no, it does not specify anything other than Vermont Organic Farmers. Sorry to disappoint you, but thank you for the super chat. Mooch wants an apple. I don't think Mooch will eat apple. He likes carrots, but I don't think he eats apple. Nope, does not register as food. Alright, so it wanted me to knead this. I'm going to try to do that a little just before I get the apples in here. Ooh, it's a little sticky, but I think we're good. Jason got married at Aldi. It'd be a lot cooler if he did. No, he got married in Batavia, Illinois. Alright, let's add our apples. Jess says, yep, it's maple syrup, reboiled with a bit of butter added. This does not say butter, it just says 100% maple syrup, so I don't know.
The butter added would make sense why it's thick, though.
Right, and it is called maple butter, but they don't list butter as an ingredient, so I don't know, but it's amazing. You boil even more of the water out of it and add a tiny bit of real butter. Okay. Well, friend, next time you make maple syrup, you should consider maple butter, because it is a game changer, I'm telling you. Yeah, this is going to be plenty of apple. There's lots of apple going on in here. Where is the all-black cat? Kamiko, she's probably outside. It's getting warmer out, and she loves to just roll around in the grass outside. If you guys follow us on, follow RFS Cats on Instagram, you have seen a recent video of her just rolling, living her best life, rolling in the grass. So the colder it is, the more she'll curl up inside. As soon as it starts to get warm, she's like, F you guys, I'm out of here.
She's been laying on top of my Jeep lately, on the roof of it.
Yeah.
Just laying out, yeah.
It is a little sticky gooey, but not like super sticky, but yeah, it's not coming off my hands.
You know, Jessica's got an idea. If you do it with a ready-made maple, I wonder if there's a recipe to take syrup and turn it into that stuff.
I am going to look into that. But right now, I still have this. And because it's... See, I'm not the biggest fan of syrup. Like, I won't pour syrup on my pancakes because it soaks in and it gets it all, like, soggy and gross. I am not down. You know I don't like soggy food. So I always get a little bowl, and I put the syrup in there, and then I dip my waffles or pancakes or whatever in the syrup. But then there's, even when it's good syrup, it's still just like so much syrup on it. I'm just, look, it works, but it's not my favorite thing. And the reason is I did not know I was missing out on this. You don't have to use as much of it because it's thick and it just kind of like stays there. It's almost like a frosting. Ugh. You guys have to try it. You just have to try it. Okay. Whoa. Precious over there living his best life.
Him and Topo are running laps.
Okay, I'm done with this.
We'll make sure they don't destroy something real quick.
I'll probably use this to split the dough. Just wipe off apple goo. Ooh, just sent me a link for it. I'm gonna have to check that out. Okay, so it wants us to mix the glaze at this point. I'm going to do that while it's cooking because it has to cook for 13 to 15 minutes. So I'm not worried about making the glaze this far ahead of time. Line the bottom of the air fryer with a parchment round, and it says spray the parchment liberally with oil, and it specifies vegetable oil. Do not use nonstick spray. Don't know why, but that's what it says. So I don't have a spray vegetable oil, so I'm just going to use a brush and brush on vegetable oil onto the parchment paper thingy that Brittany had sent us. Oh, this can go back in the fridge.
Do you know where those are?
What?
Those parchment
Yeah.
paper?
I know where my kitchen things are, Dan. Don't you worry. And hopefully this works because it's got holes in it. I wonder if I should just do regular parchment paper so it doesn't like soak through here.
Yes. For this one, yes, because it's just going to soak through there. Because of all the holes. Well, yeah, you need the holes to air fry, though. I think you should. Well, because it's like
it's kind of thick. Maybe
okay,
I think it'll
be.
I think it'll be okay.
I think it'll be okay.
Okay, so let me get a plate for this. Foxy Koala member for 20 months. Thank you so much for the support, friend. Sent her member super chat. She says, the Apple ordered an extremely expensive hoodie online, but just received Apple over in his mail today instead. I'm confused. Help me, Dan. The Apple ordered an extremely expensive hoodie online, but just received Apple over? I'm confused. I'm very confused. Wilton says, I have non-aerosol spray olive oil, and I'm sure that'll work. I have not non-aerosol spray olive oil. It specifies not non-stick spray, and it specifies vegetable. I guess, is olive a vegetable? I get it. Thank you, Carrie. Thank you.
Okay, could you help me?
The Apple ordered an extremely expensive hoodie online, but just received a pullover in his mail today instead. Apple over, a pullover?
What's a pullover?
Pullover sweatshirt?
But what's... I don't get it.
Ordered a hoodie? Here's where it gets confusing. As
Why
somebody
does it
who
matter that's an apple?
Huh?
Why does it matter that's an apple?
So that it's a apple over? A pullover?
Oh, I get it now!
That one's a little smart for us there.
I get it now. That one's just too smart for the Dan.
Sandy, hello friend, hello sister-in-law, says, Bradley wants to bake a chocolate banana cake with you. That's what he decided. I have a recipe for chocolate banana bread. Does that count? Or we can do a banana... Oh, I'll figure something out. I got you, Bradley. Okay, what am I doing? Pour a little bit of this in here. I'm down. Your kids got good taste, guys. Chocolate and banana go well together. I have a really good recipe for chocolate banana bread. I'll have to check and see what recipes or what ingredients you guys have and see if we can make that work. So yeah, I'm just gonna brush this on here. That way I can get a thin layer like if I sprayed it on here, I guess. kind of sticky. We've lost the Dan.
No, they're cats are chasing each other here. As Precious becomes way more comfortable in the house every day.
Until Mooch says no fun on his watch. And Topo were, Precious and Topo were chasing each other around the house last night, having fun, hiding behind things.
They're talking to each other.
They do. Like, if you guys know cats, you know cats in general talk to people. They meow at people. They don't necessarily meow at each other unless it's, like, aggressive, like, hissing kind of meow. You know, occasionally, and kittens will, you know, meow for food and to mom and whatnot. These two meow at each other like they meow at us. Like, they talk to each other. It's really weird. I've never seen cats do that, like, just to communicate. It's very, very odd. Okay, so... Okay, we're going to take the apple fritter dough. We're going to divide it into 4 bits. We're going to put the parchment paper inside the apple fryer, inside the air fryer. We're going to put the apple fritters in there. We're going to put more vegetable oil on top. We're going to cook them at 370 for 13 to 15 minutes. So let's get this on at 370. Well, mine does not have a 370 option, so 375 it is? It's 360 or 375, so we'll go 375. Wilton says non-stick spray is the aerosol stuff, and that's bad for the air fryer. It makes it brown and sticky inside, and it won't scrub off. I'm sure olive oil will work since it's just to stop sticking. I don't know. We'll see how this works. Hopefully we don't ruin the air fryer. Marianne Bjormeland, I hope I said that right, says it's 3:35 a.m. I should be sleeping, but I want to watch this live stream. We're making apple fritters. When else are you going to watch apple fritters be made live on the internet? Come on now.
Your dreams is just sleeping and counting apple fritters to sleep?
Maybe. Okay, so I'm going to set this aside a little bit. We're going to plop this out here so I can divide it into 4 bits. Had something in my eye while I was getting ready, like I could see something in my eyeball, and I thought I got it out, but now I don't think I did, and I think it's back again.
You want a patch?
No, I would like this thing that's in my eyeball. I don't know what it was. It looked like a little fuzzball or something, but it was in there, and I thought I got it out. Now I don't think I did. It's back again. No. Eat it. Ew, that's not good. It's just like bread dough. It's a little cinnamony, but yeah, I do not recommend you eat the raw dough there. That's not very good. Probably cat hair in your eye if it wadded up and it was like a little speck of something. I don't know, but I can feel it in there again. And yes, there's always cat hair in my eye. At one point today at work, I got up and left my desk, and when I came back, there was a Post-it note on my chair. Not stuck to my chair, because nothing will stick to my chair, for the reason that the Post-it note was there, that said, "You're shedding." Because my work chair, between Precious being there, and, you know, the cat hair that I carry on me when I come from home and sit in the chair, my work chair is covered in cat hair.
Why don't you just wear a lint roller shirt?
I really should. And I've lint rollered it, but it like weaves itself. You know how the cat hair does? It weaves itself into fabrics.
Like, I would trust it to climb a side of a mountain.
Yes.
Like I was washing the car the other day, and inside I was vacuuming, and there was some hairs that were weaved in the car seat, like all the way to the bottom of the car seat to Kingdom Come.
Yep.
All the way in there. I was pulling it out, and then it was stuck in there, like it tied a knot on the inside.
I'm saying, I don't know what kind of voodoo magic the cat hair works, but it does not want to leave. Foxy Koala's getting out of here, getting back to work. Have fun with the animals, friend. Christine loves apples, but not in stuff. Weird. But have you tried an apple fritter? That's what I'm saying. Linda says, do you miss Precious being at work, or have you got a new work cat? There's no more that come inside, because I don't trust that they're not going to spray in there. His buddy Stripers was there today and snuck inside while I was outside feeding them, and then did not want to go out. Like, it took 2 of us to corral him to get him to go back outside. But he came in one time and sprayed in the office, and it smelled like cat pee for like 2 or 3 weeks. I could not figure out where it was to clean it. I went all around the office trying to figure it out. I don't know. He's not allowed in unattended. So, no, none of the rest of them are allowed inside. Oh, do we take this bit out, Dan?
No, that's so the air fryer, so the air can get underneath it.
Okay, so this goes in here?
Yes, correct. It'll be a little big unless you want some scissors.
Nope. I do not. But yes, I absolutely do miss him. Very often I'm like, oh, I wish I had a cat to snuggle. But that is balanced out by the fact that he comes and stands next to me on the couch and then just like does that cat thing where he flops all his weight onto me and snuggles into me. That's much better than having a cat on my desk at work.
He's clean now.
He is. His white is very white.
He's very happy.
These are really big.
Yeah.
It does say to flatten him a little bit.
You should just do 2, right? Are you gonna check all of them in there or not?
I don't know. Do you want me just to do 2?
Are they going to expand because there's some yeasty dough in there to make it bigger? So
Maybe, yeah.
I would do 2. Precious does this thing where like last night we were playing a board game, and it doesn't matter what objects are on the table that are 3D. It was like my earbuds, it was my glasses, it was like the pet comb upside down so it's sharp like a rake, and he just hops up there and just lays on it all.
On everything. He does not care.
He doesn't care. He'll clear it off if he needs to.
Yeah, he'll start rolling around and just kicking things off the table.
Yeah, so
doesn't care.
Yeah, you can see it coming. So he does that. That's a feature.
Yeah.
That's a feature. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm just gonna brush some olive oil, vegetable oil over the top of this because it wanted me to spray it, but I'm not spraying into my air fryer. I think this helps give it like the crispy outside, and then you put that glaze on top, and
I think so.
It just perfects the crispiness on the outside. I really hope these.
Good, because right now it looks like cat yak.
A little bit, huh? I'm trying to flatten it a little bit.
That one's bigger than that one.
It is.
That's okay. We'll get a good gauge on how long it takes to do the stuff.
Okay, so it says 13 to 15 minutes. It has a timer on the front of it, so I don't have to set a timer. And then I'm going to work on the glaze, which is going to be a cup of powdered sugar and a little bit of milk. What's going on in the chat, Dan?
Wilton says they can't get crispy without it. Nothing.
Without the oil?
Yeah. Well, that kind of makes sense.
Right. It would just be like bread, biscuity or something.
Yeah, all I see is cat yak. Thanks, Dan. No problem, Hannah. Anytime.
It'll look better when it's done. Don't you worry.
I want to see inside it.
You need a window?
I want a window.
Can somebody who has a window on their air fryer please make these and send Dan a video?
Yeah, Jess and Steve both have a air fryer with the cool glass on it.
Dale says a family friend had a towel with the quote on it, proudly posted prominently in her kitchen, and it said, "Cat hair, both a fashion accessory and a condiment. If you don't like it, don't eat my food," right? Sorry, it might come with cat hair, it might come with crystal hair, but around that, it'll be deliciousness. Okay, so usually I like my glazes pretty thick when I make a glaze for something. I just like it thick. This one we're going to do pretty thin. And it specifies to make a thin glaze. And then you're going to drizzle or dip in the glaze. Look, the whole thing needs to be glazed. Whole thing. And then we're going to put it on a wire rack to dry the glaze. So let me set these out of the way. Get some milk out. Wilton says, I can do that. My air fryer has glass French doors. I don't know if these are under diet, friend.
Glass French doors.
These will set you back. Alright. Where's my tiny whisk? We'll use medium whisk today.
I smell like confectionery, or no, I smell like sugar.
It smells sweet and appley. And there's only 2 tablespoons of sugar in there, actually. You know what? These aren't really that unhealthy if you think about it. I put a cup of flour, 2 tablespoons of sugar, which was optional, so you can make them sugar-free, and then cinnamon and the apples. So if you can eat apples, I mean, I guess you could forego the glaze, but...
Just eat an apple.
Mel Shane wants to know if I'm going to go see the big Silver Bean while I'm in Chicago. Probably not. We are going to... So Jason lives like an hour outside of Chicago.
Yeah, he lives in Aurora.
Yes, where Wayne and Garth are from. So we are going into Chicago for the actual concert. It's at the House of Blues in Chicago. But the first time that I went out there, when he had first moved out there, we did go. We went and saw all the sights, the Married with Children fountain, we didn't go in, but like, hey look, there's the Sears Tower. Now it's Willis Tower? Is that right? The one with the platforms that stick out that you can go stand on. No, thank you.
No, what are you talking about?
Zip it.
But you went and saw Bean, right?
We did. We went, the first time I went out there, we went to Chicago. We paid $30 for parking, because that's what you do when you go to Chicago, apparently. Yeah. And we went and saw all the things. There's a picture of me and him and Sandy, like, in the reflection of the bean. Check. Like, I've seen it. I don't need to go see the touristy stuff every time. I go to see my brother and his wife and the kids, I guess. But, yeah, I'm not really too touristy. Like, we checked it off the list because I had never been. And it was neat. We went to the art museum out there. We did fun stuff. It's also, like, big, dense city, and that's not really my... It's just like being in LA, where I'm like, there's just too much going on. Kind of prefer, I really, more than like going to see Chicago, I love going like to his suburb and seeing like the houses with like big backyards and everything's so green and there's trees everywhere and you can like walk through the neighborhood and it's not like scary. Like it's nice out there. I like it. What is going on here? Sorry, I'm trying to catch up. The blurry thing is in my eye. Wilton, I think you're talking about the sweetness of the apple tarts. Says they aren't, but I want to make them and try one, and Dawn gets the rest. If they were the regular kind, I couldn't eat them. Yeah, these look not too unhealthy. Let's just put it that way. Chris says, party on, Wayne! Jess T wants to know, hey Dan, did you hear about the guy who refused to stop pretending to be an apple crumble?
I can't even imagine where you could be going with this. No, I don't think I read the one in the paper about the guy that refused to eat an apple crumble.
He got taken into custody.
Oh my gosh.
Hannah says, haven't been to a House of Blues in years. Love them though. I love House of Blues because it's a small venue. Like, you get that. I don't like to go like in an amphitheater or stadium. Yeah, like they're all gonna be pretty much the same. I know I can get up front to the stage.
It's a decent size.
It's a good size.
It's medium.
It's big enough to get a good like vibe and good energy in there, but small enough that you can like run up to the front of the stage, which is where I like to be. So, last time I was in Chicago was in May 2011 to see Rammstein. Rammstein? How do you say that? Yeah. Thanks. Thank you. Not a fan of that band. A little too screamy, yelly for me, but that's cool.
You only know one song from them anyway.
It's true. Your brother has wife and the kids? Roger's one of the kids now? No! Jason has 2 kids now. I'll get to meet my niece for the first time. Don't make me hold her, guys, because I'll know thank you. Because she's only going to be like 4 months old.
You don't want to Humpty Dumpty her and put around?
No.
Are you painting when you go out there? Because last time you painted a mural on the wall.
No, mural is painted. I don't know what we will do while I'm out there. Honestly, I don't know. I saw somebody, Unbox says, I hope you find some good hole-in-the-wall restaurants. Every time I'm out there, we get Chicago pizza, because I love that ish. It's so good. And then I feel like I want to throw it all up, because it's entirely too much. We'll do that. I usually, like, we make things. This last time, honestly, I didn't really cook much. I baked with Bradley. The time before that, I made like a tofu stir fry. I was trying to think, like, look, they got a new baby. Like, can I go there and like help them out and make some dinner? So I was trying to think of some like easy meals that I could make there, like, with them and for them that we would all like. We don't really, like, eat out much. That Chicago pizza's expensive, so. Do I need to repost the jokes you missed? You can absolutely do that. I might miss them again, but we'll see.
I have questions. Okay, so since you put, like, yeasty stuff in there, like, will you make it go, like, if you open it up to check on it? Like, when bread rises and you, like, yell at it or something like that? But, like, is there a chance if we check on it right now, it might, like, ruin it? Because it's been there for 8 minutes. Or no? Wait, don't open it yet.
13 to 15.
It's been there for 8. Will you even try to look at it, or what's the...
No, not yet. Not yet.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
Sorry, my eye is really blurry. Dr. Trey says, we went to the House of Blues near Disneyland and saw guitarist Tommy Emmanuel. He's amazing and is a one-man band. Look him up. Never heard of him, but that's actually the exact House of Blues where I last spoke to Roger.
I was there. We
and
remember that.
Yes, that's the time before that I spoke to Roger was there, and that is probably where we will go and see them in September.
Yeah, they moved it from downtown Disney now to, like, up the street for a minute.
Right. I kind of want to go to the theater. Like, it's the other venue that they're playing in LA is like a theater in downtown LA, but it's like 50% more money than going to see the House of Blues one. So I'm kind of up in the air on that one. We'll see. Brittany says my only concert was in 2010. I saw Adam Lambert. Oh my gosh.
Like, was he doing? Was he doing?
You've only been to one?
Was he doing Queen stuff, or was he just doing Adam Lambert stuff?
Right, that's a good question. 2010, I don't think he was doing Queen stuff. That was a while ago. Jason says you will babysit because daycare is closed and I work. I will sit on your baby and I will play with your toddler, but I will not change a diaper. Just know this: I will not change a diaper. I promise you. I have changed my last diaper. It was Blake's. It was a long time ago. I will not change a diaper.
The next diaper is your own.
Or yours. We'll see. Find out the hard way. Christopher Friend's going to see They Might Be Giants in September. Awesome. Wow. I've never been a huge fan, but I like them. Like,
Are
I
they
don't
still
dislike
together?
them. Apparently so. Or they will be in September.
What do you think their encore song is? Is it Particle Man? Do you think Particle Man is probably like their...
Maybe.
Do you think that's it? Yeah, They Might Be Giants is good.
I dig that.
During the,
I like every song of theirs I've ever heard, but I've never, like, owned any of their music.
No, during the travel hockey days, I remember being in a car with my friends and lots of They Might Be Giants.
Yeah.
Yeah, so some of the songs are pretty catchy.
Okay.
More than mainstream. Okay.
Let's peek. It has been 10 and a half minutes. But I want to peek because I don't want to burn them. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Holy crap. That's apple fritters.
Yes.
Okay, I need to check the middle because they're looking pretty crispy on the outside.
A little bit, huh?
And maybe I should turn the temperature down. Did I go? Yeah, I'm going to turn it down to 360 now. Might be a little late for that. I don't know what that beep was. We were already cooking. Oh, because it went down in temperature. Hannah says, last concert I went to was a blues guy, Tab Benoit. My dad and I have seen him like 4 times over the years, and it's Tab Benoit. Thanks for the phonetic spelling, but I am a little familiar with French. I think I nailed that before the phonetic spelling.
What the heck do you know about French?
I know how it's pronounced. Well, not all of it, but...
The fries at McDonald's don't count.
I think these might be done. They're not coming out gooey. I think I should probably...
Well, we have... Okay, here's the thing. We have more to make more. You should take one out and investigate.
Well, I can't investigate. I have to glaze it. I'm not going to cut it open.
Well, why not? We have to see to make sure they're not doughy in the middle. What do you think?
Uncle Yukon says, I don't even get close to babies. I'm with you, friend. I am with you. Nancy says, those look awesome! They're stuck.
Lady Mari Meko is here. Hello, everybody. Been lurking here. Hello.
I think she's formerly Lady Cat, if I'm not mistaken. This one does not look as cooked on the bottom.
We are making fritters. It does. No. Are you supposed to flip it over?
Yep. Oops.
Flip them over halfway through?
Uh-huh.
Okay, perfect. Well, we're kind of halfway through.
We're more than halfway through. Brittany says, yeah, you're using my parchment paper I sent. Yeah, well, I use it all the time.
Hi, Brittany.
All the time. Thank you again for that.
Yes, thank you.
Wilton says, Dan, don't get old because Crystal won't change your diapers. From Dawn. That was a comment from Dawn.
I'll try,
I
Dawn.
will not. I tell my mom, too, like, if you get old enough that you need, like, old people care, you better go live by Jason because I am not changing diapers,
That's
wiping
all right.
butts. It's not happening.
I'll go hang out with Dawn. Him and I will change each other's diapers.
There you go. Okay, so lesson learned for the next batch. Halfway through, flip them over, guys. And I can definitely see why. The top looks a little bit crispy, and the bottom still looks a little doughy.
But you have one more shot.
Yes. Yes, I do. Last concert I went to, John Bon Jovi in St. Louis, and he introduced the song It's My Life. That was a long time ago. That song's been out for a while. Hannah says they don't look like Cat Yak anymore, so I'm game. Me too. Me too. Can Dan make an appearance to cleanse the villain Dan that was in my nightmare?
Explain more about this villain.
Yeah, I need to know more about your nightmare, Brittany, please. Okay. I'm trying to be careful because we are now at 13 minutes and I don't want to burn them because the top did look cooked already. Megan says, I found out that I have 27 subscribers on my channel now, and I know it's not that big of a deal. Friend, that is a big deal. That's a very big deal. Congratulations. Keep at it. Jess is back. Hello. Prepping to go up north. Ooh, another trip. Fun. You got this. I think so. I screwed up and didn't flip them halfway through, but oops. Yeah, this is starting to get a little crispy here. I think I'm gonna call it on these.
So while you're doing that, I need you all to let me know in the chat, have you received your Oakley and Shelby plushies yet?
So, oh, can I get the other camera?
I have not gotten mine yet.
They do look a little extra crispy around the edges, but I'm not worried about that because apple fritters are usually a pretty dark donut.
And deep fried, not air fried.
Yes.
So.
Yeah, and there are recipes, if you guys don't have an air fryer, you can deep fry them. You can bake them. There are recipes to bake them in the oven. It's hot. I didn't really want to turn the oven on. That's mostly why I picked the air fryer recipe.
And it's fun.
Yes. And some of the baked recipes, they looked really dry. Even after they were glazed, they still looked really dry. So I was a little concerned about that.
Are you going to make more on the show now?
I'm gonna do this right now.
I know you weren't feeling the best.
I'm okay. I'm gonna make these other two right now because I'm gonna flip them halfway through so we can see what they look like when you actually
are
do
gonna
it,
make
right?
more in here.
I'm making them
Okay,
right now.
Okay, then I need to get this back to temp and stuff.
Okay. We're gonna do 360. Oh my gosh! Stop pushing all the buttons. Get away!
It wasn't happening fast enough for me.
Killing me.
It wasn't happening.
Okay, so it wants 370. Mine has like settings you can press the buttons for, and it's not by every 5 degrees. So it goes from 360 to 375. I did 375, and I feel like they might have cooked a little fast.
I think so as well, and
Yeah.
I feel like every time I read anything about an air fryer, it's always more, or it's always less time.
Go to the low end.
Yes, and that's the pro tip from what I can tell, taking the poll of all air fryers, including mine. Even when it writes the stuff on here of how much it should take, it is way less time than that.
I see a lot of debate, people talking on the Aldi group, because, you know, there are now a handful of prepackaged frozen foods and such that'll give you air fryer cook time.
Isn't that so cool?
But, yes, but
But
most of them do not.
And they're wrong.
Yes.
$3.90 for 20 to 24 minutes to get us fries.
No.
14 minutes.
I've been doing 12 lately.
12.
Because they've been a little overcooked.
And I
if they're
love
smaller.
mine crispy.
Right.
But look at that. What would they be if it was 20 to 25 minutes at the recommended temperature?
I think it really depends on the air fryer because I see the debates in the Aldi group and people are like, oh yeah, I cook my whatever for 25 minutes at this temperature. And other people are like, mine would be charcoal if I did that, 12 minutes. So it must really depend on the air fryer. So sorry, I'm hiccuping. You really just have to use your air fryer and keep an eye on stuff.
Right. Look, it seems like everybody's plushies are rolling, and that's good. Alexis Schultz says, I got Shelby, but I'm still waiting for Oakley still. I wonder, there could be some in the mailbox, but I went and checked the mail yesterday. They weren't there yet. But I got shipping things.
Hey Dan.
Yeah.
What do you call a store that only sells bagels and donuts?
Like the donut shop. Okay, hold on. What do you call a restaurant that sells bagels and those bronut? I did don giggles go. Nope, I can't. I don't know how to smash those two words together. I don't know what.
Whole Foods.
Okay.
If you guys don't know, there is an actual really expensive grocery store called Whole Foods, so it's a play on words there. Also called Whole Paycheck, because everything is so expensive, you will spend your entire paycheck there. That's actually where I first got the first thing I actually made on the show for the show, not counting like our first episode where we were carving pumpkins, the Carmelitas.
Oh.
I bought my first one at Whole Foods and paid like $5 for a 3-inch square of it. And was like, I can make this.
I hate that place. I go in there and everybody's so hot.
Oh,
Just
it is the beautiful people store. They are buying all the healthy foods. There's no like cake there. If there is, it's like gluten-free and sugar-free and flavor-free.
The stuff
and
there is good.
They do have like a bar, like salad bar kind of thing, but with like macaroni and cheese and
oh yeah,
and good stuff and like
and
like Indian food and stuff
yeah,
there.
And it
There's
looks
like baba ganoush and
it
stuff.
looks amazing.
Yes. Sarah says our fries go in the drum at 400 for 17 minutes, sometimes longer if they're steak fries. See, we get the like thick. They're kind of steak fry. I don't know what they're actually called because I don't think they're called steak fries. But yeah, any more than 14 and they're extra crispy. So we usually do 12 to 14. So yeah, it definitely depends on your air fryer. So at work today, my old man boss is there. I'm gonna dip these while I tell you guys this story. And another older gentleman, not quite as old as my old man boss Joe, came in. And mind you, I've talked about this before. Joe is fascinated that I have what he calls a TV show. One time it was a Netflix show. Did you brush with oil? I did not. Thank you, Hannah, for saving the day. You are my hero. So the two gentlemen are talking and I don't know what brought it on, but all of a sudden he tells the guy, you know, Crystal here has a TV show. And he's like, you do? I'm like, no, it's a YouTube show. Oh, you want to be one of them influencers, huh? I'm like,
showing your yum-yums and stuff. I bake yum-yums, it's different. Did you just turn redder?
It's not really something like, I'm not like, hi, I'm Crystal and I'm on YouTube. But if you're going to tell people I have a TV show, I'm going to clarify that it's actually a YouTube show. And if you're going to make a comment like, you want to be one of those influencers, like, it was said in a derogatory manner. I'm like, no, actually, we do pretty well. We've been doing it about a decade. I host some, like, live shows, and I bake things, and we do game shows, and try to kind of play it down, but not too far down, if that makes sense. So that was an interesting moment. I don't know if this is quite thin enough. Let's see. No, I'm going to go a little bit thinner. Oh, Hannah, you totally saved those fritters. Thank you so much. This is why I like to bake on YouTube, because when I screw up, someone can catch it.
Yeah, it helps when I live stream when I go shopping at the store.
And they remind you of the things that you forget.
Yeah.
Like how you went and got all the stuff. And we talked through your whole grocery trip on Wednesday, right? Like, we talked about all the things, and you clarified the flour and all the things and stuff. And I had put on the list a bag of apples if you went to Aldi. And then I was like, oh, you're at Stater Brothers. Go ahead and just grab, like, 2 apples. I'll probably only use one, but we'll eat the other one. No big deal. Just grab a couple apples. And then Wednesday night, I'm going, I didn't see any apples. Hey, Dan, did you get apples? Nope, he didn't get apples. Like, the main ingredient in apple fritters.
I was in the vegetable department. Like, I was there.
We specifically talked about apples.
It's just that I was trying to get the heck out of Walmart.
Why were you at Walmart?
No, wait, was it? No, I'm sorry. It was at Stater Brothers.
Yes.
I remember now. I said yes. I went and grabbed cat food, which is the next aisle over, and then I saw that there was nobody in line, and I'm like, don't mind if I do.
All right, so I don't know if you guys really saw what I did. I just dipped the whole thing in there. I like my apple fritters to be completely frosted. It's really thin, so it's not going to be like a frosting all over it. It's a thin glaze. It's going to drip off a bit. It's going to give it that like crispiness on the outside. It's going to be amazing. Hey Dan, can you read PJ's super chat before it goes off the screen, please?
Oh yeah, hi PJ. PJ with the super chat. In Canada, I had Mary Brown's chicken, and I had steak fries that were deep fried. Also, I had a friend call my videos episode 1 like that. Oh no, I'm sorry.
Episodes.
Call my video episodes. I like that. Well, they are episodes. They are. I had steak fries that were deep fried. So, steak fries means okay, and then that was deep fried, like a chicken fried steak. Okay. Jess says it cracks. And thank you so much, PJ, for the super chat. I want some steak fries that were deep fried. That sounds good. Jess says it cracks me up when people try to tell me that being a YouTuber isn't a job.
Right?
I think more and more as it goes on, people understand it a little bit more as it invades their lives that they don't have no choice of. You know, like
Right.
hosts of this or people.
I feel like when that guy said, "Oh, you want to be one of them influencers," it was more like those stories that I read about on Reddit where people are like, "Guys, my boyfriend quit his job and he's streaming video games and nobody watches him, but he's gonna try to be an influencer on Twitch or YouTube," and I'm like, I'm not that guy. Like, we're doing stuff. We have people that watch us. He was telling me about his.
Well, you're not an influencer.
Right, but that's what it felt like he was trying to like it was derogatory.
You don't know. Aren't they all just aren't they all? And I'm not saying anything. I'm generalizing here. Aren't they all just like construction workers that are coming in for?
Yes, absolutely.
And those people aren't like really like in the internet doing stuff.
But he told me the story about his nephew, grandson I think it was, who's really into like amphibians and things, and he's like, you could show him a picture of any like snake or lizard, and he'll tell you all about what kind it is and
like
where it's
Aquaman?
from and what it eats and all this stuff. Maybe. And he has this site on the internet where he puts all his pictures he takes, and he has like 100 people that follow him, and I wasn't like, I got more than 100, but I was like, oh, that's cool. But I feel like the way he was describing it, like he was impressed that his grandson knew all this stuff, but he wasn't really impressed that like he put it on the internet, and the whole thing felt really derogatory. I don't know.
People are still having a hard time grasping the fact that that's where life is happening right now.
Yes.
So
yes. And the dude's probably in his 60s.
And it's starting to get better because now everybody has a family member that's doing something that's online. So that very much helps like I don't call it normalize it, but brings it to everybody's like attention.
Normalize it.
So
yeah.
it's getting a little better, but they don't understand.
Know about it.
I mean, remember when we would talk about it 8-10 years ago? People had we would have to like almost like explain to them.
Yes, I'll never forget when you ran off with the camera at a party one time, and this guy was looking at you weird, and I'm like, oh, don't mind him, he's a vlogger. And the dude was like, oh yeah, I have a friend that's a logger too, and proceeded to tell me about his like lumberjack friend.
That's right.
Yeah, like he didn't even know the word vlogger at that point.
I forgot about that.
I will never forget that. Like, yeah, I have a friend that's a logger too.
Right.
Okay. Tell me more about your lumberjack
Are we at
friend.
the spinning over part yet?
I think we are. Yeah, we're crispy enough. Okay, so you can tell now it looks like half cooked. This is about the point at which we should have.
It's kind of doughy. Will the bottom be more cooked? Okay, I see. Oh, do you have to rub stuff now on the bottom since you flipped it?
No, because it's sat in oil, so I think we're good.
Oh, because you did the bottom already by doing the liner.
Yes.
Oh, I get it.
So that was in about 6 minutes I did that. We were just under 14 minutes here.
Kathy says 60 isn't old. Is that because you're 60? I don't know how old you are because like you stopped like having. You have birthdays, but your number didn't go up anymore.
Okay, hold on. So my mom is in her 60s, but she doesn't feel old to me. Like she doesn't. I don't look at her or even you, Kathy, and just be like, well, they're old.
That's because they're the
There's
generation
a
after
different
Don
kind,
Draper.
Right, but there's a different kind of 60. There's like the 60 where you're like, oh, the YouTubes, and you don't really know what's going on, and then there's like, I'm on my phone all the time and like texting, and I know about the internet. Like there's within your guys' generation, there's a big divide of those of you who like stayed modern-ish and those who didn't. And this guy feels more like he's like a plumber, and he cracks me up. He walks like a toddler. Like when he walks, it just feels all like toddlery. I don't know how to describe it, but he's not like a hip 60 at all, and probably mid to late 60s.
My parents were always only old.
Right.
Like there was never any bursts of like youth out of them at all. That all came like from other family members that I grew up with. Like,
right.
But there was never any burst of anything or anything hip or cool
right.
or nothing at all like that. It was like they were just always old.
Right.
You know.
But your mom still, like, texts emojis, and she's got her little Bitmoji of her and stuff, and she understands the YouTubes and whatnot. Like, it's just, there's a divide within that generation of, like, 50 to 60 and above, where half of them just have no clue. I mean, to be fair, like, half the people I work with have no clue what a YouTube is. But the one guy that's my age was like, oh, what's your channel? I'm gonna go check it out.
Why should they? You know?
Yeah, I don't know.
I will say that to change the subject, those are starting to look more like fritters.
They do look
Here,
like
let me
fritters.
see if I can get the camera.
Bjornbeck says, is he all short and stocky too? Here's the thing, everybody's taller than me, so I don't know comparatively if he's short, but yeah, he's kind of just like wide and not fat, but like stocky, just like walks like a toddler.
That's starting to look better.
They definitely look apple frittery.
Not donut shop apple frittery for a few reasons. I wonder if they put theirs in a mold.
They're not fried.
I would, and they're not fried. But that looks.
They look pretty darn close to a
That
donut
looks
shop
good.
apple fritter. I'm pretty impressed so far. Here comes all of our 60-ish old audience.
Which I'm
I
proud
love
of
you
you for
guys.
being up this late on a Friday.
Hannah says, my dad's 61 and he stayed modern, to put it in crystal terms. Like, you know, like, our age, like, we grew up with things changing to the internet. I think anybody older than it, like significantly older than us, more than a couple years, had to make a conscious decision to keep up with it. More than just like, oh, I have a cell phone. You know? Like, my other boss just barely got a smartphone off of having a flip phone. Like, he's down for having a phone in his pocket, but he doesn't need to use the internet or go to YouTube or Instagram or any of that sort of stuff. Like, if that makes sense.
Right. Yeah, but before the internet, you were only influenced by the generation before you.
Right.
And mine were like one removed. So all my stuff was like listening to 50s music and like doo-wop music, and everything was 50s stuff and old stuff. And so a lot of my me is from way back from like the 50s.
You were watching
and 60s
Columbo
and
the other night. Although I will give him credit. You nailed it and totally recognized, I can't remember her real name, but Maude from Harold and Maude in the random episode of Columbo.
Yeah, I've never
that was
seen her
on.
in anything else. But I watched a lot of old shows, like a lot of like it was Fantasy Island and Love Boat and Murder She Wrote and Columbo, and it was a lot of that. It was like a lot of that stuff.
Right.
It was a lot of that stuff. So I have a lot of old memories in my head of like old TV and old shows that my family would watch. That wasn't always modern.
No, so my parents were watching. My dad loved wrestling. My dad loved Howard Stern.
Oh no, we watched.
Howard Stern.
We watched
everything.
wrestling. Howard Stern.
My dad
came
would
later.
watch like Howard Stern pay-per-view events. Like, I don't know what he was doing, but my dad would pay money to watch things that Howard Stern was doing.
Sometimes that creeped.
We watched Married with Children.
That creeped into our house.
Did it?
I wasn't allowed to watch Married with Children and Simpsons, but I snuck it anyway.
Kathy says you have a wide range of old school and new. Yeah, you absolutely do. Who knows Columbo and also like has been on the internet forever.
But the new came from the internet. Like
Yes.
the new came from the internet.
Okay, we're at 10 and a half minutes. I just kind of want to get a feel for what's going on here.
Oh, hold on. I didn't put on the right camera.
Okay, we're good. I'm gonna let it go. We did go for a lower temperature, so it is gonna have to cook a little longer this time. Sorry, I'm done. Oh my gosh, everybody's moms are much older than my mom. Martha's mom is 75 and is on the phone all the time playing games. So is my mom. She's not 75 yet though. She's 64? 64? It's weird to me to think, like, I remember my mom being my age. I was Blake's age when my mom was my age. Like, that age gap is, well, careful, is pretty similar.
I was thinking that the other day too.
And she seemed like a mom, like, she didn't really seem old, but, like, she was, like, an authority figure. My mom wasn't, like, really, she was kind of fun, but not like the way we are with Blake, where we're parental, but I don't think we're, like, parents. Like, do your chores and do your homework. Plus, he's like almost 21. Like, do your stuff. I was talking to my mom about that the other day. Like, he just kind of does his own thing now because he takes care of his stuff. He gets good grades. He goes to college. Like,
he's pretty independent.
Yeah,
He's getting there.
I feel like the switch really flipped. Like the minute he graduated high school. Like, up until then, I feel like I really had to hold his hand through everything. And then he was just like, I'm an adult now and I take care of all my own stuff. And I'm like, when's your next semester start? Do we need to pick classes? He's like, already done.
He's way
Okay.
better set up than I was at that age.
Yes. I made sure to give him a lot of tools as far as, like, we had a legit talk, like, look, bro, once you turn 18, you're an adult. once you graduate high school, like, you need to take control of your life and decide what you want to do. I will always help you, but I'm not going to tell you what to do anymore, so I can't help you. And he really just, like, stood up and became an adult. It's weird. What else is going on? We're at 12 and a half minutes. I don't know what I read or what I did.
What was going on with this?
We can probably eat them. I just don't want to get distracted with this. Because it did say to let them cool, but they are still warm.
Okay, let's let them cool then.
I might want to flip these again. I think I forgot that we turned the temperature down, so I may have flipped them a little bit early. I'm going to have to take a picture, too, because we're not going to have, like, a bunch of extras. And I think these look really good and can photograph. Too much going on.
Oh, are you photographing over there?
No, I'm going to do it here. I just need to
I'll read
some
stuff.
stuff.
Oh, will you guys think it's weird after Blake decides to move out on his own and he won't always be there? Probably. Like, I've seen Blake, like,
3 times in the last month. That's been weird.
but like one of the times was pretty much all day. Him and I had spent the day together getting a television. Then he was here a couple nights ago to grab some stuff out of his room before he took off. And then he was house sitting. He was house sitting at his Nana's house for like 2 weeks. So yeah, it'll still be weird, but it's cool to see him be independent. Blake can show up in his car and come in and do his stuff and act adultish.
You hate him driving.
I don't like him driving. Like, well, I hate it because, like, it's me, not him. I've never seen him drive. He could be the greatest driver or not, but, like...
We drove behind him once from where we're at back to his mom's house, and he drove really well.
Right.
I was impressed.
But you parents know, like, that's like, little Blake, and, like... So, that scares me. But that's my thing, not him. He didn't do anything. He didn't do anything. So, I'm glad that he's living his life, because he's happy. He seems to be having a great time. You know, he's always happy. Yeah, you know, so he seems like he's having a good time right now. Like I said, the other day he showed up and he was all dressed right.
Yeah. Yeah, he's been taking more care of his appearance lately. And not that he was ever, like, you know, unkempt, but it was just like baggy jeans, baggy t-shirt all the time, and
Right.
he's, you know, taking a little more care in his appearance.
Yeah, and seeing Chris knows, it always scares me when AJ drives too.
Okay, I think we're probably good here. Let me double check. Where's my toothpick?
That one still looks, that looks good still.
Yeah, we're not really doughy anymore. That's one thing I do hate is when I get an apple fritter and it's too doughy. Kathy says, must be a girl he likes. Must be. Oh, off, done.
Like done with the air fryer?
Yes. Yeah, I'm just gonna kind of shove it back out of the way.
That's
Are you
fine.
ready to try an apple fritter? I should probably get a picture of, like, the inside, huh?
Yeah,
Just in
sure.
case.
And you can just, like, I'll just take a half a, like, I don't need a whole fritter.
Okay. Can we get this camera?
Oh, yeah, hold on a second. Let me, like, reposition.
Okay, we're good.
That's fine. Ew. That was like a Uzi.
It's the glaze. Okay, it's a little tough. Like, tougher than the ones from a donut shop.
It kind of looks like bread.
It is a little bready.
Interesting.
Okay, do you want to taste it?
Yes, please.
Careful, it's not, the icing's not quite crispy yet. The apples are a little too appley. I think they would be better if they were cooked in a pan, like how I do when I make them for pancakes.
They should be smaller.
The little smaller bits would help. I don't think that's too bad. I don't mind the size of them. There are a lot of apples in it, but they're too appley. They need to be cooked down so they're a little softer. and they need like a cinnamon or sugar or something.
How do we aerate it or something so like it gets down in there and crisps like the front? Do we need to leave it in there longer? Because I almost feel that it's kind of like pancakey in the middle. As I'm wolfing it down.
It is a little pancakey.
There's a lot.
Joel is here.
There's a lot of people watching us eat right now. Hi, Joel.
Joel says, I went to a bakery recently and had a vegan blueberry fritter, and it was amazing. That sounds really good. It's not the size of the apples. It's about how soft they are. Yeah. They still have a little too much of a crisp to them. They need to be softer, for sure.
I think it's good, but this isn't it.
Didn't quite nail it.
Didn't quite nail it. But then again, maybe this is what it is if it's not deep fried.
Right.
What if we left it in there longer? What was the consequences? It was going to burn. So maybe lower temperature longer?
Lower temperature longer might help. I'm interested to see how these come out, because it's a little tough on the outside. Joel says, I want to get a donut now. You absolutely should. It is National Donut Day, friend.
And they're good.
They're not bad at all.
No, they're not bad at all.
But because we used Granny Smith, which is a tart apple, that tartness is a little too tart, and I think that cooking it would soften that flavor a little bit and definitely help, like, blend the flavor, if that makes sense.
He's going for it.
Soak it up.
I want to glaze them while they're warm and it can kind of soak in a little. It's definitely not bad.
So Amanda says, AJ picked up the same, my bad, and what the, and some others that we don't say here. So we know he picked it up at school.
It is such a weird thing when, like, you have a kid and your kid only knows what you teach your kid because your kid's only with you. And then you send your kid off to school and then they come back saying stuff like that and you're like, where the heck did you learn that? And they learned it from their friends and they're going to keep saying it because that's what their friends say. My nephew Bradley's 3 and picked up pretty much the same phrases in preschool, daycare stuff. So, yeah, that's a hard thing to
I hear
reconcile.
that he's a savage.
Jason, are you still here? Jason or Sandy, are you still here?
I hear he's pretty savagey.
AJ's last day of school is this coming Thursday, and I'm excited to sleep in longer in the morning. Man, that's the dream as an adult with a kid.
Used to be so stoked.
You don't get summer vacation, but you get summer vacation from driving your kid to school, and that's amazing. BRMX says, do you feel like doing another batch, but cooking the apples in a little butter, brown sugar, and cinnamon? Not tonight, I do not at all, but if I make them again, I absolutely would. I would cook them just like I do if I'm going to put them, like, on some pancakes. Soften the apples, give them a little bit of their own flavor, because I feel like the bread itself is lacking a little bit of flavor. The only flavor, you know, there's a hint of cinnamon, and the outside has the glaze flavor. But the bread itself is lacking. And I think if the apples had some flavor, that would really add to it and make it feel more flavorful all the way through.
It would help, and also it needs to be like diced a little smaller. But they're still really good. Like I'm happy with them.
Kathy says, when I baked apple fritters at Winchell's, we used the canned apple, which I think gives it some more moisture. Yes, and I think that cooking it would add that moisture too, because it gives it like almost like a sauce. I think that would help. Make it a little moister inside, a little more flavorful. Jason says, why is he savage?
I hear the stories.
Can I tell the story about Grandpa doesn't like Blippi?
Or at school. There was other schools with lunches or something like that.
I don't know. It's always something or I see some savage video.
Shannon says, one of the benefits of homeschooling, we get up mid-morning. Living the dream.
And when I say savage, I mean like no mercy.
Yeah,
like,
see, look.
Like,
Jason says, why he's savage. Sandy says, yeah, Bradley says things that I'm like, what? He is so savage. He absolutely is. Absolutely. Kathy says they're perfect for dunking in coffee. They look yummy. If I drank coffee, absolutely, that would be something that would like soften it. It's not that it's too dry, because it's, can I get this camera? I mean, it, like Dan said, it is a little like pancakey. It's not really dry.
But we're not deep frying it.
It's moist. It's just lacking flavor.
I think what could maybe possibly happen for the moment, and I don't know if that'll
if that'll pan out, is that I saw, and I don't think it's on this month's schedule, but I saw one of the months coming up. I like how it's like half my stuff too, and I'm like, in one of the months coming up, I saw it on the calendar that there's gonna be funnel cake. Because
spoiler free.
I've been begging for it, so I wonder if you
Yeah.
can whip up a little side batch of that and toss it in the deep fryer, or did the flour make it so it doesn't go? Because we're gonna have the.
This recipe is not for frying. I could find a different recipe.
Yeah.
I mean, we probably could, but this recipe is not
So maybe you could fry one next time.
made for that. Jason says, yeah, go for it. This will be new to Sandy, too. Also, Joel says, Jason, I miss your face and enjoy seeing the pics of the kids on your Instagram.
Aww.
So, you guys, my 3-year-old nephew told my brother, Grandpa doesn't like Blippi. Why not?
Who's
And
Blippi?
Blippi's the it's on YouTube, yeah, and it's a kid's show. It's kind of like Blue's Clues, but not, but like educationally fun.
And Blippi's the human.
He's a human. Yeah, he is a human that dresses in like orange and blue, like whole outfit, little hat, glasses, outfit thing. And apparently Grandpa, Sandy's dad, does not like to watch Blippi, and so he wanted to know why. And Jason explained, like, it's a kid's show, he's not really into that sort of thing. And Bradley looked at Jason and said, Grandpa should pass away. Like, I'm going to stick to my belief that this child doesn't really fully grasp what pass away means,
No,
and is
probably
maybe
not.
confusing it with, like, go away, and was trying to say, like, I don't want him around if he's not into the things that I'm into, but this 3-year-old child says Grandpa should pass away because he doesn't like what I like.
And Joel like, dang.
Also, I love Bradley. Like, that's amazing. That's a quote you're going to remember forever. Like, when he's Blake's age, you're going to tell him about that one time he said Grandpa should pass away. Or, like,
That's
when
weird.
Grandpa passes away, like, oh, you finally got what you wanted. Now he doesn't have to watch
I need
Blippi
to
with
know
you.
what Sandy thinks after hearing that.
Yeah, Sandy,
Uh,
can we get your input?
Chris says, dude, I put the fun in funnel cake. Chris said, Dan, just search his name Blippi. Oh, I know who he is. I was just making sure everybody else did. Brittany
Didn't
says,
occur to me to make
Brittany
sure
says the
everybody
guy who's Amber Turd's friend. If you guys know.
Is he?
Well, because remember Blippi's past that Jason said?
Oh,
And-
yes, yes.
And how do you know that, Brittany? Deep dive.
Deep dive. Yeah, there's wows and dangs in the chat now.
Aw.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's my new favorite Bradley story. Not that, like, I want Grandpa to pass away, but, like, the things that kids say that they just don't understand. Blake, when we were at a park, I'm sure I've told this story before, we were at a park and a huge dust devil was coming for us, and we were running to get, like, into shelter and away from it. And Blake looked over his shoulder and said, Jesus Christ! At 3 years old. Like,
Nah.
perfectly appropriate response, not from a 3-year-old.
Huh, that's weird because that's not in my vernacular.
Oh, yeah, he got that from me.
Can we open up one of the newer ones?
Yeah, you want to try one of these and see
I just want to see what happens.
how the lower cook time helped? Okay, it definitely breaks apart a little more easily. Can we... The lower cook time cooked better as far as... Well, it's still tough on the outside, though. Oh, these ones are still really hot.
Same results.
Yeah, pretty much the same.
I like you to hear it.
This is not representative of what an apple fritter is when you get a good one at a donut shop.
No. It's the essence of fritter.
If you've already had apple fritters and you know that you like them, this is a good replication.
You'll
It's
be a little
decent.
mad because you know what a good one is.
Mm-hmm. It's decent. Okay, first of all, Sandy says, I blame Jason. He had introduced the pass away talk, and Jason jumping in with his paragraph of defense. According to the defense, there's a graveyard up the street in Mackinac, and he was asking lots of questions, and pass away came up, which is why the phrase was there in his head. Also, Sandy's jaw was on the floor after that. You'll remember it forever. Write that in his baby book. What you gonna do? Wilton says, I didn't expect them to be the same as the regular ones. I think with some tweaking, you can get a little bit closer. I would definitely recommend a lower temperature for longer time. I feel like They're not doughy in the middle, but the difference in consistency between the outside and the inside is a little too much. Christine says maybe they just aren't as good as the fried ones. Oh, absolutely. Fried everything is always better.
Fried everything in life's always better.
Always. I try not to fry things in my house. Mr. Danny Dell wants to know, does it catch?
You know.
Also, hello, Mr. Danny Dell. Thanks for hanging out.
Alright.
I got the cooled down one, so in case it hits your eye.
I was like waddle
Why
like a
did you take your
seal otter
glasses
here.
off? Because there's glaze, and you don't want to glaze your glasses.
That's it. Why do I want to glaze my
Oh,
eyes?
is it safety glasses?
I'm not trying to get all over my face.
All right, are you ready? Are you in camera?
Yeah, like I'm looking for like, cause it's gonna. Oh, I'm gonna lose it for a minute in the light.
He acts like I have like a thrower's arm. I don't know.
I need it like here. Okay, go. Oh,
Oh.
that was way too far away.
Sorry, you want to try again?
I can't. Yeah. This time I'll get a little closer. So
I'm gonna
I'll
get a
try
little
to
smaller piece.
Run to the wall. I try to bounce that off of me. Okay.
Oh, it hit your teeth hard. I heard that.
What was that? Did anybody else hear that?
That made a noise when it hit his teeth. Oh my god.
It doesn't catch. What the heck? Who heard that?
Sorry.
Why did it sound like I played baseball?
It made a loud, like, clack noise. That was weird.
Oh my god.
So there's your answer, Mr. Danny Dell. It does not catch, but the answer to the question nobody asked, yes, Dan will eat it off the floor.
Shut up.
I wonder if using the fried apples in a can would work. I don't see why not. I would cut them up if they come, like, when I made the hand pies, it was like full slices of apples and I just cut them up. I don't see why it wouldn't work other than the fact that it might add too much moisture. Because when I use the apple pie filling for the hand pies, it's got a whole, like, gel in there with it. Wilton says I heard it. Yeah, that was. I'm pretty sure Dan just chipped a tooth. That's entirely possible. Can you? No, I think we're good. I think maybe.
We run around like Dumb and Dumber.
If we are catching, then we must also know how many gingers and how many hawks. I would say like three. Middle ground on this one. It's not terrible. It's not amazing. I'm not going to invite you over and make these for you. But, like, if I had them already, I'd be like, you could try them. Kathy says we felt that. Mr. Danny Dell with the super chat, cheering you on with the hippo.
Thanks.
Thank you so much.
Might just... Thank you.
Uncle Yukon wants to know if I took the metal spoon out of the mix before cooking it. The catch not heard around the world.
I mean, that...
It did make a...
Yeah, it
noise.
clacked through my head. I'm like, well, what's
weird.
happened? Like, how is that possible?
It's just because it's so hollow, it echoed.
Is that what happened? It just came out, the sound came out my
I
ear?
think so. Christine says, my mom used to make corn fritters and I hated them. I don't even know what a corn fritter is.
I'm looking up corn fritter.
I don't know what that is. Yeah, I would be careful if you're going to try to use a canned apple and just maybe try to get the apples away from whatever... I don't know if brands are, like, different and they have less goo in with them.
That looks fun, but I think it's made out of corn.
Well, yeah, it's a corn fritter.
I mean, does it taste... It looks fun, but I don't know what it tastes like.
It's probably not sweet. That's my guess. Yeah, so I would just be careful about how much moisture you add, but I think a little bit of more moisture would be good. Definitely more flavor. It needs more flavor. It's boring. More than anything, it's just boring.
And
But I think cooking the apples would help with that. Taking the crisp off and adding some flavor.
It doesn't catch.
It does not catch. Not going to invite me over and make them. What if I really piss you off first? Then I will throw them at you. Then I'll make you see if they catch and see if I can chip a tooth. How about that?
You don't want to piss Crystal off.
Yeah, so that's an apple fritter. Mm-hmm. Let me know if you guys try this. I know several of you said you were probably going to try these tomorrow. If you do, like I said, I do recommend cooking your apples first. Look up a recipe for, like, I don't know. I got it from a coffee cake recipe, but I just throw them in the pan with, like, what is it? Like a little bit of cinnamon and sugar? Brown sugar, maybe? I don't know. A little bit of stuff to make them, like, soften up and get a little bit of a glaze. Those fritters must be pretty hard to make that noise. That's the thing. They're not. They're, like, crispy around the edge.
The edge was hard.
I guess it was just, like the crunchy edge bit. I don't know.
Yeah, that was it.
I tried to get the end so it would hold together.
I have
a little
these
better.
big teeth. Like, I have these huge chiclets. I've never seen anybody with teeth like this before. It's ridiculous. It's so big. It's so big. And so, like, I smacked it right off of there, the sweet spot of my tooth bat.
You did. Christine says corn fritters are a little sweet. Mom put syrup on hers.
Oh, I put ketchup on mine. Or steak sauce.
Carrie said I made some corn and zucchini fritters to go with chili.
That sounds good. I could tell I'm getting hungry because everything sounds good. Oh, did you eat food?
No.
Nice, me too.
Just fritter. Shannon says Luck Brand makes canned fried apples with none of the goop like the apple pie filling, so may look at that one. That's a good idea. If you make it, please let me know. If anybody makes these, please take pictures, post pictures on the Getting Baked with Crystal group on Facebook, and give me a review. Let me know if you tried something different, how it worked, what you think. This is not the recipe. As is, it's not amazing, but it's an less sweetened version if you need that.
It worked and it was fun.
Yeah, I'll give you that. I made some sort of donut-y thing in the air fryer. It was not a total fail. They're not going in the trash. They are getting eaten, for sure.
Okay, they're going in my trash.
Your stomach?
Yeah.
Your mouth hole?
Probably. I'll try to refrain from eating them all till tomorrow.
Marianne, is that an M or an N? Biermeland says, what does maple syrup taste like?
It tastes like maple syrup. It's its own thing.
Not sure if this is a riddle or she said it was 3:45 a.m. so she's not American. Do you not have maple syrup? I need more information. How... RFS fam, please help. How do you describe what maple syrup tastes like?
It's good, it's sweet, and you wouldn't think that it was like tree juice.
Yes. If you get the stuff at the store that's not pure maple syrup, it tastes like sugar water.
It's definitely in the candy department of sugary stuff.
The not pure maple syrup is really sweet and sugary.
But it's sweet and sugary, and it's good.
Sweet and savory? Would you describe it as savory? What would you compare the flavor to?
Nothing. Look, I know this sounds bad, but I can only identify. I can identify them all. I can only identify sweet and sugar. Sugar is sweet. Sweet and sour. That's it. I don't know what a umami is. I don't know what a savory is. I try to remember. What are the other ones? Hold on. How many taste buds do we have? 5? There's sour.
Taste buds? Can you approve that comment, please?
Sour, sweet. Bitter?
Okay, hold on. Before this goes away,
is it bitter?
Marianne says we have it but never tried it. I'm from Norway. Okay. Yeah, bitter.
It tastes like its
own thing. Do you have maple flavored things at all? Like a maple cookie? Golden syrup but more earthy. Okay, Carrie. Yeah, do you have golden syrup? Like corn syrup, golden syrup kind of stuff? I'm trying to see. Maple bar donuts. I don't know if that helps. I like Tristan's description. Caramelly butterscotch smokiness. That kind of like circles the flavoring. Really, maple syrup is way better, but costs $16 a bottle for store brand around here. Walmart brand and Meijer brand.
Until I was educated from Jess, and she said she mailed us, not her syrup, years ago. She mailed us like maple syrup. I would always walk by syrup, and I could not believe the difference between what I would buy, which was $1.99,
right,
and up on the top shelf, and they had $14 syrups that were little. I'm like, I'll use that whole back in the day. I'll use that whole thing in one thing. Now, oh my gosh.
It is worth it. If you guys, Jason says it's overly sweet, like way too sweet. Yeah, if you get the like corn syrup version, it's sickly sweet. It's like you put candy on your pancakes. Do you have pancakes? Do you know what a pancake is?
What Jess sent to us was that was like made.
That's pure, like out of a tree.
That was beautiful before the store brand or before the companies got a hold of it and sugarized it, so you could have sugar on your cereal
and make it cheaper.
Yeah, so
molasses-ish, but lighter and different. Okay, do you know the flavor of molasses, Marianne? Marianne, was that her name? It's off the screen now. I think that was her name. Yeah, it's so weird to describe. Athena, welcome to the RFS fam. Thank you so much for the support. You now have access to all the cool emojis in the chat. You get a little mohawk head next to your name, and you will have early access to our member first vlogs when they go up. Yay, so thank you and welcome to the fam. William says it's definitely worth it. We buy it. I use it more for healthy smoothies. A lot of them call for a little real maple syrup. Yeah, it's Marianne just says nope. Oh, I don't know the difference in what foods you have and what we have. But it is a little like smoky, caramelly, butterscotchy. I like that description, but that's still not it. Like, I don't even know. Chris says sort of in the vein of sorghum. I don't know what that means, friend. Did you just face mash on the keyboard? I don't know what that word is. I don't know.
Before we get out of here,
Yes.
do you want to check the calendar?
Yeah, I'm not going to go real in depth because I did that on Wednesday, but check it out, you guys. The calendar is up for the entire month of June. We got a lot of fun stuff going on. If you guys are not already a member of the RFS family group on Facebook, go over there and join the group. You guys can see the calendar. You can see pictures of the things we do and the stuff. You'll get announcements for when shows are going to start. We'll remind you that things are happening. Links are posted there. People share their things and stuff. Lots of inside jokes that you'll only get if you watch the show. So go check it out. If you're not already a member, go join over there. We got a lot of fun stuff coming up this month. Tomorrow, we have an answer in the chat version of Dan Takes. And don't forget to get your supplies ready because next Saturday we are doing a paint night. So that should be fun. We're painting a rainbow unicorn. More information is posted on the RFS family group about that. Brittany says, tastes like birch water but concentrated. Hannah says she has a friend who's never had maple syrup either. So weird. So weird. Sorghum is a natural sweetener like agave nectar. Okay. I just don't know what that is. Like, I'm sure I probably had it in things, but I don't know.
I'm syrup ruined now. It's like Nerf for
It
nothing.
has to be, yeah.
It has to be the
If
good
I
stuff.
go to your house and you pull out some, like, Aunt Jemima or some log
You might
cabin.
be educated.
No,
They
do
love
you have
that.
some jelly? I'd rather put jelly on it at that point. Marianne says, when I eat pancakes, I have sugar on it. Like, just granulated white sugar? Interesting. Interesting. Jess with the super chat, thank you so much for the
Jess.
support, friends. Says, don't forget to tip your hosts to keep these shows going, friends. Yes, you guys know we do 3 shows a week. We put a lot of effort into this, and we do appreciate every single bit of support, whether you super chat us during the shows, you are a member supporting us every single month, or you just show up. Share with your friends, that kind of stuff. We appreciate every single bit of support. Dan is a syrup snob, yes. Yes, he is.
I am now, and thank you, Jess. And speaking of that, if who asked the question? Marianne about no syrup?
Yes.
If you are
She's in
following
Norway.
Jess, I don't know if you're following Jess or not, the one who super chatted here, but she had a whole video series come out last month where they made fresh maple syrup. And that's what we
Yes.
actually have in our refrigerator.
I think she knows what it is.
Right, but
like-
you can see the process of it.
Yes, yeah. If you haven't seen the process, you can see her going through the whole process. So,
Okay, yes.
So
You can-
weird
yeah,
to
you
me,
can
like
check it out on our
things
channel.
that we take for granted. Like I've had syrup since I was a little kid. That's just what we have on our Eggos when we're growing up and stuff. And like it
And
just
it was
doesn't
good. And it was
exist
good
there.
growing up.
Well, yeah, because you didn't know any
I
better.
didn't know any better.
Yeah, but like Chris said, top shelf syrup and top shelf vodka are worth it. Vodka, I don't know because I mix it with juice anyway. I can't really tell the difference.
I know, yeah, but yeah. So if you want to check those out, I'm sure you already follow Jess, but her and Jamie made them fresh.
Yeah, and it's really good. We've got some. I've been using it.
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I've been using it. Actually, the recipe. Can you pull the calendar up again?
Mhm.
Is this month or next month? Thank you. Okay, good. On the 17th, I will show you the cinnamon apple coffee cake, and I tweaked the recipe a little bit, and I have been using Jess's homemade maple syrup to make the glaze, so it's a maple glaze instead of just a powdered sugar and milk glaze.
So you'll be doing the same thing on the show?
The same thing, what?
When you make
With the
it on the
tweaked
show?
recipe?
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. Adele says, white sugar and lemon juice on pancakes is the only way to go. Wow. I've never heard of such a thing.
Is white
Apparently
sugar
that's-
powdered sugar?
Oh, let me know. Which is it? Because powdered sugar is called confectioner's sugar. Regular white sugar is called granulated sugar. So Adele and Marianne, which are we talking about? Granulated or confectioner's sugar? The fluffy stuff that gets everywhere if you move it too fast? Or the grainy stuff? Which kind of sugar? I think, she says granulated. I was just going to say, I think powdered sugar probably. Yeah, powdered sugar usually is a go-to out here on French toast, but also can be put on like waffles and pancakes as well. Interesting. Just granulated sugar. I've never tried that. I don't know if I'd be down for that, but
I would-
you
well,
know,
I would try- I
I
would
put 10
absolutely.
other kinds of things made with sugar on top.
Yeah.
All right. One last joke from Jess T. Did you hear about the maple syrup company that went out of business?
Me? No.
Those poor saps.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, I missed it. Marianne says no granulated sugar. Huh. Interesting. Although, you've now interested us in trying icing sugar. Oh, icing sugar, that's the other name for it. Yeah, just a little bit of icing, powdered confectioner's sugar, whatever you want to call it. Just dust it over the top. It's good stuff. good. Just be careful not to inhale while you're taking a bite, because it will go directly into
Oh my
your
gosh.
lungs.
That's what happens every time you make lemon bars.
Yes.
Every time you make lemon bars, I get so excited. I grab the first lemon bar and I'm like, this is the best.
I always have to remind you to exhale, don't inhale.
Yeah, like, no! They got me a bunch.
Christine says they called. Thank you. I knew there was. Whoa. Are you okay? Jeez. I knew there was another name for granulated sugar. I couldn't think of it. Thank you, Christine. Castor sugar. Yes. Chris says he did not inhale. Marianne says, or blueberry jam. Yeah, I do like a fruit-based something on pancakes and waffles. That's good. Dale says, no pancakes, just French toast or waffles and whipped cream and berries on my waffle. Yeah, I've been all about the fruit and the I guess it's whipped cream, but it's made with cream cheese. That was the mock clotted cream. It's really good. My friend says he's afraid to try it because he's scared it will be like meth syrup. Interesting. Very interesting. I mean, it is a little addictive. Castor sugar is different in Australia. It's a finer grind. It's kind of between granulated and powder. Interesting. It's so weird when you learn about things that, like, just exist in the world that are common for other people but not for us. Wilton says, apple butter on pancakes is good. I love apple butter. Never had it on pancakes. I'll have to try that. This is why I hate powdered sugar on my brownies. Always breathe it in. That's because you're a mouth breather, Jason. Try breathing through your nose. Or hold your breath while you take a bite, bro.
Do you put powdered sugar on brownies?
I do not. Look, I put...
Like,
I'm adding, like chocolate chips and all kinds of other stuff.
Yeah.
You want powdered sugar on it, too?
Well, no. I guess
B.
not.
Graham, New Zealand, right?
Yes.
Says, we do lemon juice and icing sugar on pancakes, but our pancakes are more like crepes than American pancakes.
Okay.
Oh, crepes are so good.
Yeah, I like how they're frisbee-ish. Like, they're like, just like the texture of them.
Yes. Yeah. A lot of pancakes here are really dense and not the right kind of fluffy. And that's where crepes, like, they're thinner and just better. And that's where you can't compare, like, a crepe to a dense, gross pancake. A pancake is good if it's made right and it's fluffy. But if they're not, then they're just disappointing. Disappointing. Hold your breath when you take a bite, right? What is apple butter? Oh my gosh, Marianne. I think I have some. Do I have some?
Apple butter? Like, you should. There's like 400 different...
Hold on, let me excavate in here.
We can see into the fridge a little bit, but we can't see your, like, the jelly collection.
You don't need to see my jelly collection. Hold on, let me pull the healthy stuff out of the back where it's behind all the...
Yeah, what's that salad doing there clogging up
I know, it's
all that
strawberries.
room that we could be putting fritters... We could be putting fritters in.
I could have more jelly in here. Whoa. There's a collapse. I'm pretty sure. I found it. I just have to get it out.
If you're fracking your jelly, there's going to be a collapse.
Oh my gosh, I have like 3 jars of cherries in here. What is my life? Okay. Apple butter is fresh cooked apples, pure cane sugar, and spices. My hand doesn't want to open that. Apples cooked down in the crock pot with cinnamon and sugar, and it tastes like apple pie. Yes, all of those things. I don't really know. You guys are probably describing it better than I am. You got this camera? Mm-hmm. All right, Marianne. This is apple butter. Maybe it doesn't look the most appetizing, like just by itself, but it's like, oh, it's like a jam. It's somewhere between like a jelly and an applesauce. Yeah?
Applesauce.
Yeah, it's kind of like applesauce, but do you know what applesauce is? You have applesauce in Norway. Oh, it's so good. Yeah, it's like the consistency of jam, kind of, but like a little bit thicker. I hope that makes sense. Ooh, Hannah has pumpkin butter. Interesting.
Pumpkin butter.
The same sort of thing, but made with pumpkins.
Okay.
It tastes way better than applesauce, though. Yes, it does. I was just trying to figure out like how to compare it. I don't really know. Yeah, it's good stuff. If you find that at the store, you should get that. I do not like it in a peanut butter like, I don't use it as a jam or jelly in a peanut butter sandwich, but I love it on toast. You just toast up some bread and put apple butter on it. So good. I'm sure there's other things you can use it in or on, but I don't know what. I eat it on toast mostly. What else do you guys eat it on? I've never made it. Christine says, I don't know how to make apple butter. You should make that on the show. I think it's a long-term, it's a slow cooker thing. It would take a long time, so I don't think it's a 2-hour show thing.
That seems like a Jess and Jamie thing.
Yes, yeah, it's a vlog, not a live stream. Jess says it's basically boiled down apples. Yeah, so you have to, like, cook it for a long time.
Yeah.
Athena says, I can't wait to experience more fun with you guys. Make sure you check that calendar. 3 shows a week. We will be here for you guys.
Mm-hmm. Well,
Salted caramel pumpkin butter. Ooh, salted caramel with pumpkin? Ooh, apple butter on top of vanilla ice cream. I bet that's amazing. Adele says, I don't like cooked apples, so it doesn't interest me. But Hannah, that pumpkin butter thing sounds amazing. But it's not, Adele, it's not chunky at all. It's not like cooked apples. It's creamy. Do you like applesauce? Is applesauce a thing in Australia? Do they have applesauce? I know you got chicken parm. Is there applesauce on the next aisle? Is that a thing? I don't know. Alright guys, I'm glad we can enlighten everybody to new foods. I love when you guys from other countries come and like educate me and allow me to educate you, hopefully. Sort of, ish. Thank you guys so much for watching us make some version of an apple fritter. Let me know if you try it. Please, post pictures and your, tips and how you think it turned out. Oh, she didn't like apple. Yeah, if you don't like applesauce, you probably won't like apple butter. But yeah, try some pumpkin butter. I think they make butters out of other things. I got maple butter in there. What time is it? Okay, we're coming up on 8 o'clock. We're going to wrap this up. We need real food because apple fritters are not dinner.
We'll be back tomorrow.
Yes, we will be back tomorrow for, is it Answer in the Chat version of Dantix?
Yes,
so those of you who are not comfortable calling in, make sure you show up tomorrow. You can answer in the chat. See if you can get on the leaderboard. I think Hannah's been nailing it lately, yeah? Who won last time? Do you remember? I don't remember.
I want to say Hannah or Chris. Maybe Chris.
Maybe? I don't remember. Yeah, so we'll be live at 6 p.m. Pacific tomorrow. Do the math for where you live, because I don't understand time zones. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Thank you again for all the support and for showing up tonight, guys. Make sure if you haven't already, please leave us a thumbs up on your way out. It does really help with the algorithm and makes us do better on the YouTubes and stuff and things. Bye, guys. Have a great night.
Bye.
See you tomorrow.
Have a good night. Oh, wait, I wasn't prepared with the button.
Now I just have to stand here awkwardly.